This is your host Ram, welcoming you to the Cricket Happening Show. Unfortunately, there have been some problems uploading it. So finally, this is going to be a real quick summary of two matches which were played today. Well, the first match, let me tell you that New Zealand, for the first time in this World Cup, was stretched by a team because New Zealand had to really work hard to get the victory, and I thought Bangladesh put up a very good performance. In fact, so I'll be talking about that match. I'm just going to give you a summary of that particular match. And while I'm talking to you, England have just finished off their match against Afghanistan, and England have romped home to a very good victory, 9-wicket victory. The match was actually reduced to, in fact, it was Afghanistan who played first, and they made 111 for 7 because of the rain. In 36.2 overs, the overs were reduced for England, and England had to knock off 101 runs in a span of 25 overs, which they did it very comfortably. England 101 for 1, winning by 9 wickets. But the match, which was really sad, as I said, I'm just going to do a summary. I wouldn't be able to go into the details today. It was the toss was actually won by Morgan, and Morgan, the England captain, decided. Sorry, the New Zealand. Sorry, I'm very sorry about it because of a lot of hurry here to complete the show. I'm rushing into. Sorry about that. Actually, it was the toss was won by New Zealand, and they decided to insert Bangladesh in. And for Bangladesh, well, I'll tell you that Bangladesh, as I said, this was the first time that we saw that New Zealand was really stretched in this World Cup. Other than that, I thought Bangladesh did superbly, and Bangladesh are peaking at the right time, and they put on a very good score on the board. In fact, they didn't have a good start. They really struggled in the initial stages with Tim Southee, and it was Trent Boult actually moving the ball beautifully and really troubling the batsmen. The openers were all at sea, and Trent Boult had actually bowled 3 consecutive maidens in his first 3 overs, and Tim Southee was also doing well, and Tamim Iqbal and Imrul Kayes were struggling, and then Boult produced a beautiful delivery which went on to knock the off stump of Imrul Kayes. He was gone for 2. Tamim Iqbal was caught by Anderson of Boult for 13, and then Mahmudullah once again coming to the party. Mahmudullah scoring his second consecutive century in the World Cup. It was an unbeaten knock of 128 runs of 123 balls with 12 fours and 3 sixes. A beautiful innings from Mahmudullah, and this is the good thing that is happening for Bangladesh as far as this World Cup is concerned. According to me, this has been the big difference because Mahmudullah really showing his abilities as a batsman there, and Soumya Sarkar, the youngster, was very impressive. In fact, he picked up his his maiden half century in one-day internationals, and it was a very good innings. It was a well thought out knock by Soumya Sarkar, I thought, because they were the ones who actually rescued Bangladesh from a very tough situation at 27 for 2 in the 10th over, and they took the score on 117. So it was a 90-run partnership. Initially, Soumya Sarkar was the man who actually relieved the pressure by playing some bold strokes. Then he settled down very well with Mahmudullah to add that 90-run partnership, and finally that all mattered in the end as Soumya Sarkar played a very neat looking innings of 51 or 58 balls with 7 fours, and his strokes were pretty good to see. And Mahmudullah initially started off a bit shakily, dropped twice, but then slowly gathering his bearings, he played some very good strokes which were good to see, and he also blossomed with some big hits in the final stages of the game, and that was the reason Bangladesh could reach 288 for 7. Shakib Al Hasan contributing, was the captain today in the absence of Mashraf Murtaza, and Shakib Al Hasan contributed 23 of 18 balls with 3 fours. Mushfiqur Rahim made 15 of 25 balls with 2 fours, and another good factor for Bangladesh was that they had a very good hitter coming down the order, Sabir Rahman, clouting 40 runs of just 23 balls with some slop sixes, just 23 deliveries with 5 fours and 2 sixes, and those were all good strikes by Sabir Rahman. And Nasir Hussain out for 11 of 7 balls with 1 6, and Bangladesh putting up a good show there, making 288 for 7 of their 50 overs. Tim Southee none for 51. I'm not going to go into bowling figures today. Let's go on to see the New Zealand innings. As I said, New Zealand were really stretched today. They didn't, and Shakib Al Hasan, the Bangladesh captain, started off with 2 spinners. This is the first time that in the World Cup we have seen 2 spinners operate with the new ball. He started off with himself and Tajul Islam, the left arm spinner, and both were doing very well. And what a good move it was by Shakib Al Hasan, probably realizing that Brendan McCullum, after seeing him that he's very, very good against pace bowling, Brendan McCullum brought the spin, and that really was a very good move by the Bangladeshi captain Shakib Al Hasan, who picked up Brendan McCullum's wicket out for 8 and also picked up Kane Williamson for 1. And Shakib Al Hasan was the man who did the most damage, as he really did I thought he really bowled like a real captain. 8.5 overs, 1 maiden, 55 runs and 4 wickets, and it was pretty difficult for New Zealand, I thought. Martin Guptill was the one who held the innings together, and he was there. He was the one who guided New Zealand through, but again, it was a very tough chase. It was a tall chase of 289 runs to win the match, and Martin Guptill picking up the first century for New Zealand in the World Cup, as he made 105 of 100 balls with 11 fours and 2 sixes. Ross Taylor didn't look pretty confident in his knock of 56 of 97 balls with 5 fours. Nevertheless, it was an important knock under the circumstances. Grant Elliott contributed 39 of 34 balls, 5 fours and 1 6, but Anderson really provided some real blast to this innings, because that was direly needed, because they needed a lot of runs at that stage, and Bangladesh were absolutely doing very well at that stage. But it was Anderson who clouted those big sixes. In fact, he clouted 3 fours and 3 sixes in a knock of 39 of 26 balls, make 39, and then Ronchi was out for 9, but the match almost went down to the wire with New Zealand losing 7 wickets, but Tim Southee finished it off in the 49th over to the relief of the New Zealand fans there, when he went on to hit first a 6 of the bowling of I thought it was Shakib Al Hasan, and then he went on to deposit him for another boundary, and that was it. And what a relief for New Zealand. As I said, Bangladesh became the first team to really stretch New Zealand into the World Cup, and I thought it was a very good performance for the Bangladesh batsmen as well as the bowlers, as Saudi finished off with an unbeaten 12 of 6 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Vettori was not out on 16 of 10 balls with 1 4 and 1 6, and New Zealand winning the match by 3 wickets in the end, and having a clean slate in the pool standings there. In this particular pool, bowling, Shakib Al Hasan said, pick of the bowlers 4 for 55. Martin Guptill took the man of the match award. Other than that, I'm not going to go into any of those details due to shortage of time here, but that was it. I thought Bangladesh did very well. They were the first team, as I said, to stretch New Zealand to the World Cup, and now they will have a quarter-final meeting with India, and I think Bangladesh are doing pretty well, and Bangladesh are going to be very strong. It is going to be a very good match between India and Bangladesh, which will be played at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Okay, so now let's go on to the next match here between England and Afghanistan. As I said, rain was the spoil sport. Even though England won the match, it was some cloudy conditions, and Morgan decided to insert Afghanistan into bat, and well, it was the right decision. Afghanistan really struggled against the swing bowling of Anderson and Broad, as the openers were dismissed pretty early. Ahmadi was out for 7 of 15 balls. Nowroz Mangal today opened the innings. He was out for 4, and Afsar Zazai, who came in as 1 drop, was dismissed for 6. And Afghanistan were in trouble at 25 for 3. Today it was Nasir Jamal. They gave some chances to persons who actually didn't play in this World Cup. Nasir Jamal made 17, 52 balls, 2 for Sameullah Shenwari. The best batsman in this World Cup for Afghanistan could only make 7 of 11 balls with 1 4. Shafiqullah was included in the team today, did well, playing his first game, made 30 impressive runs of 64 balls with 1 4. Mohammad Nabi made 16 of 17 balls with 1 4, 1 6. Najmullah Zadran was not out on 12. And as I said, it was very difficult for Afghanistan because there were 3 rain interruptions, and finally Afghanistan found it very difficult, and they finished at 111 for 7 in 37 overs. And also, this was the last game for Afghanistan, as you know, and the pitch had definitely in it something for the bowlers. The pace, it kept the pace bowlers interested. Anderson 1 for 18, Broad 1 for 18, 2 wickets apiece. Jordan bowled very well. In fact, he picked up the man of the match. 6.2 overs, 2 maidens, 13 runs and 2 wickets. Really throttled the Afghanistan batting order, and also picked up wickets. Bopara playing his first game, 8 overs, 1 minute, 231. Treadwell 1 for 25. As far as England were concerned, as I said, because of the rain, the match was reduced, and England had to knock off 100 runs in 25 overs. Well, they did it very comfortably. The opening, Alex Hales played very aggressively to score 37 of 33 balls with 3 fours and 2 sixes. Bell was there till the end, contributing an unbeaten 52 or 56 balls, 6 fours, and James Taylor not out on 8. And in the end, England made it pretty easy as they went on to a 9-wicket win. They finished off the match in the 18.1 overs. I thought the bowling was a bit erratic today, and also one thought that the fielding also Afghanistan, it let down. A lot of catches dropped and fielding was not good. And 101 for England, so Afghanistan, I thought they finished off this World Cup this with a very I thought they finished off with their heads held high on their maiden entry into the World Cup. So congratulate Afghanistan for the brilliant performance. Shapul Zadran none for 25. I'm not going to go in the bowling figures. As I said, I'm really short of time today. Chris Jordan was named man of the match. Well, dear fans and friends subscribers, today the game is between India and Zimbabwe, and I'll be back with a cricket report tomorrow on this match between India and Zimbabwe, which is going to be played today. Well, dear fans and subscribers, hope you enjoyed my very short cricket broadcast today, but as I said, it was short of time, unfortunately. And I will see you all tomorrow with the India versus Zimbabwe match report. Until then, it's goodbye from your host, Ram Studios. Thank you.